everybody, this is Rebecca Jane from yogawithrebeccajane.com. Welcome to this 30-minute practice. And we begin our practice on, it's called Refresh Weekend Flow. And this, we'll be doing two sets of planks, but they'll be broken into half. So it's 1 minute each as opposed to 2 minutes at one time. We'll be doing lots of flow. So just basic sun salutation A, nothing too crazy, but it'll be a nice way to kind of get the body woken up. But we begin with a few anaforest abs. So to get our core prepared for our plank, but also we'll be doing a standing balance as well. So lots of different things in this class, but quite you'll feel really good after, and you'll feel that sense of being refreshed and reinvigorated. So let's just sit for just a moment. We're not here for too long. But I want you to let your eyes gently close. We will need a block, just one block. So just have that near you. And let's deepen the breath. And you can exhale a few times through the mouth, inhale through the nose, just to get rid of any kind of residual tension, stress that you're carrying with you. It's like taking a shower every day or cleaning your teeth every day, twice a day. We have to sit back on this mat and start again. We always come back to the beginning. We come back to the beginning. We start afresh. And let's gently open the eyes. And we're going to come onto our backs. And just have your block near you. And once on your back, stretch. Nice wake up stretch. Oh. Whew. And then walk your legs over on the left to on a diagonal. And then the arms to the left, so that you're creating this banana shape, and you're getting into that right side of the body. And take a deep breath into that right rib cage, and exhale. Let everything go, and then bring the feet back so they're straight. And the arms are over your head, and then let's take the legs over to the right. And let arms over to the right. So now we're breathing into the left side of the rib cage. And then gently bring those legs back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. So yes, every time we arrive on our mats, we're back again. It's like every day's a different day. Every yoga class is different. Lift your legs up. Even if we did the same thing, it would be a different experience. Legs are going to stay here lifted like this for a while, okay? Hands behind your head, interlaced. And elbows slightly angled outward, enough so you can actually see your elbows in your peripheral vision. And we're going to start with a few abdominals, just by lifting the upper body as you exhale, and then inhale, lower. Nothing happens below the waist. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. So the tailbone stays where it is, feet stay lifted. Inhale, lift. And if this is too much for your legs, you're like, I can't hold my legs up this long, you could place them down with the knees bent. So we're exhaling, lifting. We're working our rectus abdominis muscles, those superficial muscles. Inhale, that's lift. Exhale, and inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower.
Exhale, lift. So very basic abdominals, nothing too intense to begin. One more time, lifting up and then lowering down, and releasing the hands from the head and placing your hands next to your sides. So your legs are still lifted. If you want to give yourself a hug, give yourself a hug. Just wiggle those feet and then lift the legs back up. And then we're going to just simply lift the tailbone up and lower. And it'll be such a tiny movement. If anybody walked by, they might not notice you're even doing this. Now the legs are reaching up, they're lifting up, they're not swinging forward. There's no swinging here, so that we can get right into the deep abdominal muscles, the transverse abdominals. You can even place your fingers if you'd like right there, just a few centimeters away from it, towards the navel from the hip bones. Just a few of these, nothing, you are doing more work than you can imagine just by doing this. And then let's hug your knees into your chest. Let's sway from side to side. And then place the feet on the ground and take your block to its narrowest point. Slide it. Now, if you don't happen to have a block, you could take a pillow. You could take a roll. Actually, the best thing is a rolled up towel. Just roll it up and then place it between the legs. So take it as far down as you can so that we work the pelvic floor, we work the transverse abdominis muscles, those deep abdominal muscles. Take this time your hands behind your head interlace, but angle the elbows in towards each other. So you're creating more of a compactness to your body. If that's such a word, compactness, probably not. And then take an inhale, lift your head and shoulders up. Hold the breath. I want you to lift the tailbone up and squeeze the block. And then exhale, elbows reach towards the ceiling, gazing towards your navel. Inhale, lower tailbone. Just come to the upper part of the shoulders. Holding the breath, lift tailbone. Squeeze block. Exhale, reach elbows up, look towards your navel. Inhale, lower tailbone down. Just come to the upper part of the shoulders. Holding the block, lifting the tailbone, holding the breath, Squeeze the block, lift your elbows up, and then inhale, lower. Now you could stay here with the feet on the ground, or you could lift your legs up. A little bit more challenging. Let's bring the head back down for a moment. Elbows angling in. Take an inhale, lift the head and shoulders up. Same movement, same action. Lift tailbone, squeeze block. Exhale, elbows reach towards the feet, look towards your navel. Inhale, lower tailbone, come to the upper part of the shoulders. Holding the breath, lift tailbone, squeeze block. Exhale, reach elbows up towards your feet. Inhale, lower back down. One more set, holding breath, lift tailbone, squeeze block, exhale, reach, and then lower the feet down. Take the block away, place the soles of the feet together, let the legs open into Baddha Konasana. Hands can be on hips or if you want, or in pelvis. Or you could let the arms come into a cactus shape. Bend those elbows, lift the heart, spin the palms up, breathing in. And breathing out. Inhaling and exhaling. Take your hands, sliding them to the outside of your legs, helping your knees together. Hug your knees in and then roll all the way up and come onto hands and knees. And then we're starting our flow. Press back into child's pose. Stretch through the arms. Make this a very active, invigorating type of child's pose. Curl toes under if that's possible. And stretch through those bottoms of those feet. And then walk your hands to your knees. Keep the toes curled under. Too much, you take your block and sit on it. If it's too intense, that kind of takes some of the pressure off of your feet. If not, sit on your heels. It is an ouchie moment. Believe you me, I've been doing this years and I still feel this is not as fun, not a fun place to be. Reach the arms up and then bend those elbows, peel that chest forward. There's a slight, and then take your tailbone and just tuck it slightly. So you're just taking it, tucking it, drawing the tummy muscles in. And then lower the hands to the ground, and then tops of the feet touch down and do a little tap. It's really good for your feet, unless obviously if you've had an injury. Sitting on your heels. Oh, I just got a cramp in my foot. I've done this a few times. So what I want us, let's actually come onto let's come into all fours, pick our feet off the ground, and let's do some circles of the ankles. I'm changing it up a little bit because of my cramp on my left foot. And then let's curl the toes under. Let's take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, downward facing dog. Do a few petals of the feet, bending one knee, and then the next knee, and alternating back and forth, swaying your hips from side to side, swaying your shoulders, your head. Say no, say yes. And then bending both knees substantially, go deep into those knees, and then press the ground away as you lift your hips up. And then straighten those legs. Now, when I say straight, some of us will always have a bend to those knees. Let's bend again, and then let's push the ground away, lift your hips up, and then straighten from there. And then let's bend the knees, and let's take a little saunter to the front of the mat. Once you're at the front of the mat, let's bend those knees and let's reach all the way up into Tadasana, your standing mountain pose. Hands to heart. Here we go. Flow. Inhale, reach arms up to the sky. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, fingertips on shin, lift up halfway, shins halfway. Step back into plank. Once you can lower knees down, just pause here, take an inhale and exhale, lower down. Come all the way down to the ground, chaturanga. Inhale into a cobra or a sphinx pose, squeezing elbows into your sides. And then exhale, lower down, press through child's into your downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in here, inhaling and exhaling. Bending those knees, and then that's straightened by pushing the ground away. Lift the hips up. This is such a great stretch for your hamstrings and a strengthener for your quads. Let's bend the knees again. This time take a step or a little leap to the front of the mat. Inhaling halfway. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, reach arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling halfway. Exhale, step back into plank. Once you're in plank, take a deep breath in. Lower knees or keep the knees up. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. I'll just say cobra, and you could do upward facing dog or sphinx or cobra. And then press back through child's pose into downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Bending those knees, take a deep breath in and then step or take a little leap to the front of the mat. Inhaling halfway, exhaling forward fold, sweep arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. From here, lift your left leg to a stag pose, which is a 90-degree shape. arms resting next to your sides. Take hold of the shin with both hands and then squeeze it in. This reminds me of when you watch the Olympics, the divers. Then when they do, I think it's called a pike, and then lower your left foot down. No idea, but I think that's what it's called. And then right leg lifts. And then take your hands and interlace them, wrap them around your shin. Imagine you are a diver. You're standing on the diving board, ready to jump into the air and dive down. Lower your right foot down. Inhale, sweep arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling halfway. Then exhale, step back into plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Let the chest slide forward, and then exhale, child's pose. This time stay in active child's pose just for a moment. We're getting ready for our first plank. 1 minute plank that's come up. So I'm going to, you can choose forearm. You can choose regular plank with the arms straight. And I will count down from 3 to start. And at 30 seconds, I'll let you know, and then there'll be the minute. Let's get started. So I'll start with a straight arm plank. And during this plank, at the beginning, it's all about adjustments, getting yourself settled. Your knees can be down here or up. Your tummy muscles pull in and up, whether you're on your forearms or straight arms. And we're just breathing here. We're using this opportunity to develop strength in the entire body, not just the tummy muscles. And we're at 30 seconds. So this is where you might sit back into child's pose, or you stay on for another 30 seconds. Normally in these classes that I've been teaching, we do 2 minutes, but I broke it into half just for a different, just to change things up a little bit. Why not? And we're almost there. We're so close. We're almost at a minute. How quick that goes. And then lower down, press back into a child's pose. Your arms can reach forward, or you can take your hands, arms next to your legs, coming into an embryo. Take a deep breath in. We're not here for too long. And then inhale, come to all fours. That's curl toes under, downward facing dog. Bending those knees, take an inhale, and then exhale, step or take a little leap to the front of the mat. Inhaling halfway. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, arms sweep to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Take 1 full breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Reconnect with the ground. So we're going on, we're taking our, that standing pose and adding on an extended toe stretch, one-legged toe stretch. So the left leg lifts. So there's one option, take the right hand outside of your left leg and left arm reaches back. So you're at this, you're going to come here. The other option is to just take hold of the outer edge of your left foot and then straighten it and then sweep your left arm. So it's not even the big toe, it's the outer leg, the outer foot. So it's a twisting, revolving, extended standing pose. And then rebend your left leg, coming back to center. Just sweep arms up to the sky. Let's exhale, hands to heart. Let's do the other side. You're going to lift your right leg up. You choose, left hand outside of your right, keep the leg bent, or take hold of the outer edge of your right foot, straighten, and right arm sweeps back, twisting here. One-legged balance, extended leg. And then rebend your right leg, coming back down. Let's inhale, arms sweep to the sky. Let's exhale, forward fold. Let's inhale halfway. And then step back into your downward facing dog. And then come onto your knees to prepare for the final plank. So choose. I'm going to do a forearm plank this time. You could either follow me or stay up. The forearm is a little bit more challenging because you're using less of the upper arms to help. Okay. Oops. There we go. So I'm going to count. You get yourself into your plank, and I will count backwards. Only a minute, not a big deal. And there we go. 3, 2, 1, go. So once you're there, once you're settled, make sure that you're not dipping those hips down. If you cannot hold yourself up, then those knees are going to lower down. If you otherwise, knees up, draw the tummy muscles in and up, come into a little bit of a cow back, and chest extends forward, press into the ground with your hands or with those forearms, and you're gazing towards those thumbs down so that there's no tension on the neck. We already just passed 30 seconds. So we're almost there, and you breathe here. So once you hold your breath, there's nothing left, there's no energy for you to continue. So I want you to breathe deeply as best as you can. Feel the shakiness in the body. It's not a bad thing to have shakes in your body. It's good. And then lower your knees to the ground. Press back into child's pose. And then child's pose, and this time you're in a resting child's pose with the arms, either hands underneath your forehead or maybe back to that embryo. And let yourself just take a few breaths in and a few breaths out. Resting embryo. Take one more deep breath in, and then as you breathe out, slowly ease yourself back up. Come onto that right hip. Swing your legs forward and lower yourself onto your backs. Oh, yes. You know what's coming. Shavasana. Stretch through the arm. Not yet. Almost. Stretch through the arms. Stretch through the legs. Take your head from side to side. Hug your knees into your chest. Take your right leg, cross it over your left, and then maybe that right foot tucks behind your left ankle. Now, if that doesn't work for you, just keep them together, okay? Or stack them on top of each other. Let the knees drop over to the left. That means that right leg is the top leg. Arms out to the sides, palms are up, and turn and look to the right and close those eyes. And the breath begins to settle. Yay. How cool. So much in this class. It was like, I felt like it was a lot in a small amount of time. You could always stay longer in these spinal twists, because after the spinal twists, we're going into, and then hug your knees into your chest, we're going into Shavasana. So just take, this part of the class, you could actually take over for yourself. You could do your own thing. Take your left leg, cross it over your right, and then let the knees drop over to the right. And we're turning and looking to the left arm, the left side. And then let the eyes close. So we're squeezing out the tension in our legs with these crossed legs. It's like a washcloth that is soaking with water. And in order to hang it up to dry, you need to squeeze as much of the water out. It's still damp, but it will dry much quicker. And that's what we're doing here, is squeezing out the tension. It's not all gone, but it's lessened, the heaviness of the tension. And then let's uncross those legs. Let's give yourself a hug, and let's take your left foot to the left corner of the mat, right to the right. Do a little wiggle until finally you're settled into your Shavasana. Let the body become really heavy. Nothing more to do, just to be. Your body loves this. It's like taking a dog, your dog for a walk. It loves to walk. Your child loves to run, loves to play. Your body loves it as well. Maybe your brain doesn't, but your body does. And you stay here for at least 2 minutes, maybe longer, as I come up. So take this opportunity to be. This is so rare. To just lie and be. And as I bring my hands in front of my heart to seal this practice, I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, it felt so good. If you did, give me a thumbs up, comment below, any questions, subscribe. Have a lovely day. Namaste.